Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Quest for Infinity. I am Dreamsword, and we're going to get a few more upgrades. I decided to go for the more expensive option here of the laser arrows. That's actually a mistake. You should always upgrade time control first. Always.
Well,
without exception.
At least it's
Yeah,
a bit more
no,
fun
it's
for
not
us watching. Yeah.
So, yeah, now we get to go back to the Digital Sea, because that's everybody's favorite place.
Virtualization.
I didn't really like it.
I'm just gonna go swimming in the Digital Sea. Nothing will happen to me, I swear. I mean, I'm not a wimp like these guys.
Prepare to shoot.
Well, I can stay virtualized.
Look out, you're gonna hit the dark ocean if you go too deep.
Oh!
You probably could, actually, considering this show.
And it still wouldn't make sense.
I like to think
Yeah.
that our OCs are broken enough to just completely ignore this crap.
Totally. But, for those of you who might not have caught on by that serpent thing we had to shoot, this is basically the section of the game where they start introducing enemies in the sea sections that you have to lock on multiple times to kill, or else they'll just keep reappearing, and reappearing, and reappearing.
That's really irritating.
Yes, it is.
You never
And
get an
also-
upgrade to your ship.
Indeed, and also a speed boost section full of these things that you're going to most likely bump into. Great. I'm actually surprised I managed to avoid most of them, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you only got hit once.
And thankfully it was mercifully short, yay.
Covering.
We only need the 2 ships, not the 4.
Yeah, you know, screw 'em.
You know, the other 2 are just lost in the ocean forever.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, I know there's only 4 of them, but roll with it.
Hurry up. We have to find the tower and disable it if we want to stop the earthquake in time.
What do you mean stop it in time? It's already done. But, whatever. We're gonna speed up because he told us to speed up. And this is also, if you remember, a section where we couldn't quite pass it because we didn't have Odd on us at the time. So you think you just do this, right? No. No, you don't. So what you're supposed to do, actually, is do this first, then shoot it. And then you should be all good.
Go figure.
See, easy.
At least your
And
laser arrows look cool.
indeed they do. They get bigger.
Oh, jeez.
Until event.
It still
Huh?
takes forever to kill enemies.
Not really. It's much faster now.
Yeah, it's a lot faster, but it still takes forever.
Nah,
It's
not
faster
really.
for your stuff.
It's just that the enemies themselves have been upgraded. Once we get max arrows, it'll go down a lot. But
There's only 2 hits in the fucking show.
well, except that one time that random hornet was badass.
Well, yeah, but it took 3 hits, and then dodged basically everything else.
And yeah, they're starting to force us to use Ulrich over and over again. But I keep misremembering where Ulrich is placed, so I keep hitting the wrong button and calling Aelita.
Yeah, you're calling the other good character.
Yeah, pretty much. The one that isn't Ulrich. I would even take Yumi over Ulrich in this game.
I wouldn't take that forehead, it'd weigh you down too much. Then again, his
Hey,
is
you can block
pretty
shots.
friggin' huge. It doesn't block, it absorbs them and memorizes them.
Oh god.
It's like memory foam.
That has the potential to be dangerous. Anyway, here's actually another pretty annoying part. Not as annoying as the volcano part, but if you haven't upgraded time control, like,
You'll have to
at
use
all,
time control.
you might as well just, like, start over, because it's really frustrating here. I'll show you me screwing it up once. And remember, this is with level 3 time control, which is supposed to make it last longer and slow things down even more, and it also does not help that I stop to shoot things.
Yeah, you probably
However,
could've done that, you would've made it.
even if I had not done that, I would have still gotten caught on that.
Doesn't look like
Maybe.
you would've.
No, I really would have. Trust me. I had to do this a couple times, actually.
Cut out a lot of them.
Yeah, I did. But what you also should do is jump down here and collect a bunch of stuff.
Hey, a card.
Indeed. You recovered some artwork. Congratulations.
Yeah.
And, you know, the free points. You gotta love free points.
Good to know. Santa keeps creepy artwork of the cast.
Yeah, you didn't know that? How else is he supposed to cite them? Anyway, now we're actually going to show off the part where I succeeded. Here's how you're supposed to do it. And you're going to see how frickin' tight the timing on this is.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
that'd be hilarious
Mhm.
if you could somehow jump around the barrier and skip the puzzle entirely.
There is a way to glitch through certain barriers in this game, but I was not about to go through the frustration of it, because it's pretty tricky to do, if I recall right. But someone did actually discover a way to do that a long time ago, back when this game first came out. So,
But you're not going on, you can just double jump around it.
alright.
Why would anyone use Ulrich?
Because the game forces you to at certain points.
Like, no.
I mean, optionally, as in actively choose to use him.
Because they like his sword, aka Ryan.
But it does no damage!
Yeah, even when upgraded, it does really crap damage, to be honest with you.
It's worse than arrows, which you can spam!
Mm-hmm.
You know, it would probably actually be pretty decent if the control scheme for it wasn't balls, aka if someone made a, like a Gecko
Controller hack.
code. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm actually surprised a lot of games don't have that. I mean, this one I'm not surprised because it's not a very popular game and it's a tie-in. But like for other games, like more popular ones, like Tales Symphonia Dawn of the New
That's what I
World,
was gonna name.
everyone complains about the waggle controls, even though I honestly think they're done pretty well in that game. And look at that, because of the weird sensitivity, we fucked up on freezing it. But yeah, so like I'm surprised no one's done a GameCube controller hack of that,
Yeah,
to be honest.
even good waggle controls can still sometimes get on your nerves.
Yeah.
They haven't
And
quite
here's another
perfected.
section 3 points. And Mega Tank.
Yeah. The animated tank is essentially a giant ball. Why?
Well, because it's a Mega Tank.
It's
And because it rolls off edges when you jump out of the way of them.
He's not particularly bright. Those things realistically would not stop ever.
Indeed they would not.
This is the magic evil computer we're dealing with.
And oh god, it's not respawning, what do I do? Oh Jesus, well, thankfully this game is so rock stupid it forgets that you already did this section if you just go back a little bit. So it respawns the enemy for you. And there we go.
You froze him pretty high.
Well, you kinda have to get up here.
I'm just saying, you didn't really freeze the enemy so much as you built a block of ice around it. Why do you
Yeah,
need the enemy?
Because otherwise we wouldn't have a basis to keep the ice in place.
Ice keeps itself in place when it doesn't melt.
You
Yeah.
see, it doesn't make sense. But she could fly.
Yeah, I was,
She can't fly yet.
yeah. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's just funny. It's definitely not as prevalent later in the show, but at the same time, it is in a different way. But the show has a lot of problems where like characters should be able to do something really easily, but they just can't or don't. And it's not even like a case of like they don't because they're being stubborn about something and there's some kind of stupid conflict in the real world, like, oh, I'm mad at Yumi, so I'm gonna let her
Although
die
that
in
does happen.
Lyoko.
That
Yeah,
does
right.
happen though.
I
And
know, it's stupid.
It's awesome when they let Yumi die.
It's usually Yumi.
Yeah.
It's either you,
There's no
me,
need to
or
eliminate
Odd.
these hornets.
In fact, it's funny you note that because there was this special thing called Pick on Yumi Week that the fans use. Ryo didn't know what I was talking about when we were marathoning the show together. And I was like, oh, don't worry, you'll know it when you see it. And sure enough, he knew. For those who don't know, Pick on Yumi Week was this set of episodes, and I think it was season 2, if I remember right.
Probably.
We're literally for like
A week
4
straight.
episodes, like 4 episodes straight. Xana did nothing but fuck with Yumi the entire time.
Directly and intentionally, not... It wasn't something that she was just always on the cusp of. It was always her, specifically. And it was usually pretty petty.
Yeah.
Can't blame them.
But yeah, Yumi was always the typical victim. I was always so that was a weird thing about the show. Was like, okay, you try to build up that Ulrich as like the uber badass of the group. Why wouldn't you always aim for him? Oh.
Because he's the hardest to get.
couple of minutes
Yes.
longer, and the city would have been in ruins.
It's a good thing that
So
they
everything is
established that
cool.
Yumi's fans
No,
were
not
magical,
really.
and
Xana
then
said
made them
traps.
completely suck
The
like
trap,
7
the
episodes
tower that you
afterwards.
disabled was
Mhm.
directly
Yeah.
linked to the
Never
forest replica
changed.
generator.
Which
Ever.
means?
She could
And
use
the
her
forest replica
psychic
is
powers to
now
re-aim them.
unstable. And if it
And
disappears
she never did it.
before we destroy its
No, she did a few
supercalculator,
times, and she
the
still can't hit shit.
supercalculator will be assigned to a volcano replica,
Yep.
Well, that's not
which would
using
make it
psychic
even
powers to
more
redirect them.
powerful.
That's getting
What
a
a bummer.
headache, and they
Xana
just
wanted us
happen
to
to curb.
disable the tower, and we fell for it. I'm starting a return to the past. Return to the
Now.
past.
Oh, Xana just got stronger.
Yeah.
We don't know that yet.
Yeah.
No,
not
we
yet.
did. We did.
No,
It was before the neck.
Hi there.
No, did we check that yet? I remember we talked about this last
Yeah,
time.
it was either late season 3 or early season 4 that they did that reveal.
Thanks.
Okay,
So,
gotta go.
at least I'm fairly certain.
It was before they started using the skid and bullshit, though.
Yeah. But,
Oops.
Hi, Yumi.
You look like someone who just got out of a rough math class.
How did you know?
Experience. Hey, you know Sissy Delmas, the headmaster's daughter? I hear she's mad about you.
more like mad at
If
you.
want my advice,
That's what I
you
thought
should
she
try
was
and
gonna
ask
say
her out
first.
when you get a chance.
What merit does a
Think so?
clone soul have?
What are you two up to?
Hi,
That's
Sissy.
actually a question the
Is it
show
true that you
raises
got a
and never
crush on me?
answers.
Yeah, they
That's
completely
messed up.
ignore it. Twice.
Yeah.
At least they say Jeremy's clone is not actually a
kids.
clone.
I hope you're up
But
for the
his
physics
is.
class this afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
it's a
just
little weird.
overjoyed to be in school.
You're
It's
wrong,
made
young
a
lady.
similar way,
Physical
but they make
education is a
it a
noble
point
discipline.
that there's a
It requires
distinction.
a perfect harmony between
Yeah.
body and mind.
Jim, quick.
Plus,
A
he's
water main
actually
burst in the gym.
sentient,
We
unlike
need
the
help
other
to clean
one.
the place up while we wait
Yeah.
for the plumber.
No
And he was
problem.
also awesome.
Did you know
Well, when
that
he
I
wasn't
was
being
frog
dim,
man
yeah.
in Her Majesty's service for several years.
Like, he fucking took on real William. And was like, it was like blow for blow. They were even.
No. He took on real William, who was still in his suit in the real world.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
beat the shit out of
I
him.
found a way to
It was
restabilize
awesome.
the
It's
forest
like, are you
replica.
serious?
There's a
What's
tiny
going on?
volcano replica that
Huh?
will have
What
to
are you
activate
guys
for
doing?
everything to come
Hey,
together.
don't hit my
Well,
friends.
Ready to go?
It's not as
Boom.
easy as all that.
That jelly face.
Because of what happened on the previous mission.
Yeah. Like I
Xana
said, if you
was
can find a
waiting
clean
for
rip
us.
of that,
Do you think it's
then
another
I'll write it
trap?
for you.
Xana is no doubt
Wheeler
expecting
had
to see
such
us on
a
the
better
volcano
chin, though.
replica to destroy the
Yeah.
forest
Yeah.
replica.
But okay, so
Maybe all of Xana's traps are a good sign. Maybe
well,
it
another
means
thing I was
we're
talking
getting
about,
close
like
to
plot
William.
holes and what,
But
not
why
really
would
plot holes, but
Xana
just like
destroy his own
they could have done
sector?
something but can't.
Energy
Later on in the
becomes
series,
hot
this
enough
starts to get
explode replica
like really
to
bad.
destroy the skid.
Mostly because as
Volcano
Jeremy's
replica.
skills
Xana wants to trap us
increase,
in his own sector.
his ability
So
to
what can
do
we do? Don't
anything
panic.
decreases
I
for
think I
some
have a
reason.
solution.
Like he does good stuff, like
Whoa.
obviously, you know, the
How does it
skid and
work?
everything like that.
First,
But it's mostly
I have
just
to
I'm
activate
gonna
the tower in
make
Lyoko in
something
order
that
to
you're gonna
release the
use,
energy.
and then I'm basically going to do
And
like
where is this
nothing
tower?
aside from
In
basic
the mountain
research,
sector.
even though I'm
But be
essentially
careful.
in complete
You can
control.
use the program and make
Why hasn't
yourself
this guy
invisible
figured out a
only
way
once.
to
All right, let's
like
go.
he's done
I have
quite a
an
few
idea.
things where he like
What if
hacks
we
stuff,
started by
like in
destroying
Lyoko.
the ice replica's
But it's,
supercalculator?
it comes out of nowhere and he does
That
it,
could
and
create
it
a
never
chain
seems like
reaction
incredibly
that would
difficult for him to
upset the
do it,
balance of
especially
the
considering he
network's
does it multiple
thermodynamic sinusoidal
times but
structure,
scattered.
and we
He
can
should be
set
getting
up
better
the
at it.
volcano
Santa doesn't
I've
get
kinda-
worse.
Okay.
I've kind of got a
maybe,
response
but
for
meanwhile,
that,
there's a good chance
actually,
that the
and
forest
Oh?
I
replica
bet
will
it's something
disappear.
that never
No
occurred
time
to them.
lose. Either you
Lyoko's
try to
essentially a
restabilize
server,
the
right?
forest replica,
hmm
or you
He's
destroy
the admin
ice
of this one.
replica's
All the others,
supercalculator.
credential changed. He wouldn't be able to mess with them. Which is why he needs Aelita to go in and use her master key or whatever.
Entirely possible, but again, like, you know, part of what happens with like hacking and all that, etc.
I
He
know,
could probably
but
find
that's
it. But let's not get into that.
Yeah, it's assuming
Indeed.
he's actually a master hacker and not just a programmer, too.
I should be at this point. Think about
Should
it.
be, but it's Lyoko.
Yeah.